What's up, Walking Dead fans? Welcome to Cool in the Reviews. I'm Steve Trezza.
And I'm Devin Burke.
And we are reviewing the Season 5 finale of The Walking Dead.
That we are.
Entitled Conquer.
Yep. Pretty much did.
So, it was a long episode. It was an hour and a half.
Yeah, that was the special.
Although for as long as the episode was, I feel like not as much stuff happened that I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that hour went by really quick for me because it literally only felt like 30 minutes. Yeah.
So we open up where we see Morgan, who just kind of pops in.
About time.
Yeah, here and there for the past 5 seasons.
The last time we saw him was like, what, like the ending half of season 5?
Of season 4, I think.
Season 4? No, it was 5 because...
the halfway point of season 5?
It's the halfway point of season 5,
right,
but that's
right.
what I meant.
Yeah, for like a second.
Yeah, exactly.
So we see him, and he's a lot more put together than before. Like last time that we actually saw him like speaking, he was kind of losing it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So now we see him, and he's like a Jedi master. He's
yeah. I mean, like we first see him like he's just like just eating like I don't know like oatmeal or something, and then one of the wolves guys pop up, which he has the W on his head, so that's how you know he's a member. Keep going.
And that is how they introduce the wolves too.
Yeah, at least 2 members.
Well,
that don't know their names.
So they start talking about we're the wolves. So it is this gang that's exactly kind of what we thought. We don't know exactly what if they're going to be what we were thinking of, but we will touch upon that a little bit later in the episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, Morgan's there. The guy holds the gun to Morgan. And he's like,
Morgan's trying to be friendly.
Yeah, and he's like, just take my stuff. Just let me go. And he's like, no, you're not going to leave here alive. So then it's an ambush. The other guy tries to come and
with a hatchet, and apparently I'm not sure how he got the skills to be a badass. No, let alone be like some.
He's got a staff.
Yeah.
He's like,
how did he train? Where is this? Because the Morgan that we saw last night, like he made like traps and everything, everything like this. This is a whole different like version now.
So he just kicks the shit out of these guys, these gang members who have weapons, with just a piece of wood. Like it could be a broomstick for all we know.
Pretty much, it pretty much is.
So he takes them down. I'm not sure if he kills them or knocks them out.
He knocks them out because at the very end you see them back again.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
at the end.
back.
Yeah. So he knocks them out and puts them in the
car that he was sleeping in.
So and it kind of gives you the notion that he's like not trying to kill people.
No, yeah.
He's just on his own merry way. Seems very peaceful and very kind of like wise and Jedi-like.
Oh,
because he's got the robe too.
I see where you're going with this now. Walking Dead is now Star Wars, everybody.
So yeah. So that happens, and then the episode starts. And
meanwhile, Daryl and Aaron, they're still on their, like their trip to find people.
And they find some guy, but then they lose him.
Yeah.
So then they're
red hoodie guy, doesn't matter.
So then they're out to go and
find him,
basically find him to try and recruit him, and they stumble upon this food warehouse. It looks like.
Yeah. This is probably the Wolves' base, like they're outside their base activities.
Yeah.
In which no one is in there. Obviously if
it could just be a trap for them too. Like it just may be like a trapped area they use.
No, yeah, but I mean like it would make sense though for why they would just have people like obviously it's a food place. People go in there and say like, hey, maybe there is stuff in there, and then like they trap people and try to take their things maybe.
Yeah.
But we didn't see that at all, really. It's just a bunch of walkers inside these.
I think the wolves are doing 2 things. Because you see when they go in that there's the 3 trailers that has all the walkers in it, that people think that there's food in it, so they go and open it up and then it lets all the walkers out. And then, they get trapped. And they either get bit and turn into walkers or they, will take their supplies.
Exactly.
So, one of 2 things that I think they're kind of collecting walkers and they kind of use them as a weapon against people to get more supplies or to get just to basically reign supreme. So that's probably why they're using the walkers, and that's what happens to Daryl and Aaron. They think that there's food. They open it up. Tons of walkers everywhere. Somehow they get to the car.
Yeah, a car.
The one car, which is the trap. Basically, and if they stay there, then the walkers or the wolves are going to come back and just kill them basically. So just before they're about to make their daring escape, we have Jedi Morgan coming in.
Yeah, just somehow appears and just does it. Like I'm just assuming from the outside, he just sees like there's a whole bunch of walkers around that car. That means there's people in there. Okay, let's see. There's about like 100 of them and one of me. Good odds.
Yeah. So he goes in. He kind of clears the way, kicks the ass of the walkers. They escape, and
Aaron drops his bag, or Daryl drops his bag.
One
Either
of them
way,
drops their bag. And then you see Morgan's map that has
afterwards they're like, oh, he's a good person. It's like, yeah, I'm just on my merry way. I'm just trying to get to places and everything. It's like, can you show me the next place? And then Daryl opens the map and it has Rick's note on it.
Yeah, Rick's note on the map. So then they know, and you kind of like to think that maybe Rick had talked to the group and like he might know who Morgan, like Daryl might know who Morgan is.
I don't think so.
No?
Like maybe in like the season 1-2 people, like Daryl, Carol, a bunch of the others. Like I don't think he ever mentioned to Michonne unless like she was with him.
I mean, it could have been off camera.
I know someone was with him when they were going to. This was like back in like season 3, I think.
When they went to his
trap
base.
Like town hideout.
Yeah.
And I know someone else was there. Maybe it was Carl.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. It was a long time ago. It was like 4 years.
So but I don't know, but obviously Daryl sees Rick's name, so he knows this guy's probably a good guy, and he just got saved by him.
Exactly. So it's like, all right, this is a good person.
So they make their way back to Alexandria.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back in Alexandria, a lot
of shit's happening.
Yep.
We get asshole Gabriel, who I don't even know what his deal is.
He really lost his faith. That's what it is. He like really lost his faith in human beings.
Yeah, but he's just a dick.
Well, basically in the book, it's going the similar route in which like he believes like this is the rapture. In which, like, everyone is supposed to be condemned and for their sins that they're doing. In which case, this is why he's there, because he killed people too, or, like, he let people die.
Yeah.
And so, I don't think they obviously didn't delve upon it too much in this, but that's what I got from it. Like, how everyone that's in this world right now is supposed
to... he left people trapped in the church or something like that?
I think, like, he left people outside. Like, he wouldn't let them in.
Oh, he wouldn't let people in. That's right. He wouldn't let people in. It's been a while, so I didn't really remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because on the outside of the church, it's like, you killed us.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. So he's kind of, like, dealing with that. He then wants to go outside the walls, and he's like, all I need is the Lord's faith to help me get by, so he doesn't want a gun.
Kills a walker.
Kills a walker, which I think he kind of wanted to die, and because that's why he kind of stood there like with his like arms out. Then he saw the walker, and I think he like fuck that.
What happened is just... what I like to think is just natural instinct. You know, like how you touch like a frying pan
and it's hot,
and you pull it away. So he did the same thing. That was a noose around the walker's head.
Yeah,
like it was just natural. Like it just and he cried because he didn't want to do that,
and he couldn't basically kill himself.
Yeah, and he was merciful to the guy that was dying. Like he didn't say any words or anything. He was pretty much transforming at that point. So he just like put him out of his misery, which is kind of like the one good thing that...
Well, you would think he would at least, look out for the well-being of others, because then he comes back and he just leaves the gate open.
Not even that. He shoved like a thing inside the hole, so that way it wouldn't close.
Yeah, so it's like what the fuck's he trying to do? I just wish he'd just croak already.
Yeah, it'll happen.
And then they have the whole thing with him.
Yeah, with Rick
and him and Sasha.
Oh yeah.
At the church.
Just a whole Rick everything.
Sasha and Gabriel, I mean.
Oh, Sasha and Gabriel. Oh, okay, that's where you're going.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about,
no,
like sidetracking.
Sasha and Gabriel are at the church, and Sasha, basically wants to talk. He's looking for faith.
Exactly.
And he's just being a dick to her.
Like, not even that, like, he just said, like, the worst possible things you could say, like, Bob died because of you. Your brother died because of you.
Yeah.
You're a horrible human being. You should go die.
And Sasha almost shoots him, but then Maggie comes in at the end and saves him. And then they all pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It's good because a lot of in this episode is people. It's everyone coming together basically in this episode.
So like
everyone's like trying to help each other out.
They know
everyone's trying to get by. Everyone's not having a good time.
No, they're not.
So they're trying. It's basically trying to get by with each other. Yeah. Having a little help from my friends.
Yeah.
So that's what they're.
Wait till next season to see how well that works out.
Well, it never always works out.
No,
and because of that, stuff like that. We even see Abraham and Eugene kind of like make amends with each other.
Exactly. Like
again, the show showing that everyone's trying to just get by and put the past behind them and move forward.
Yeah. So Abraham made I almost killed you, and it's like, well, you didn't, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Eugene really progressed from a character, whereas he was kind of this just like. He was out for himself. He was just like a giant pussy. Just didn't really care about anyone else as long as he survived. Kind of like the people of Alexandria.
Yeah, and when you slowly realize, like, he obviously knew, like, the people of Alexandria are like this, and, they didn't really delve upon it, but I felt like there was something there.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he kind of saw the way the people of Alexandria were, and was kind of like, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah,
and then, kind of changed his way, and now he's part of Rick's. Rick's
even more so.
Even more so part of Rick's group. Yeah. Then
Nicolas.
We get Nicolas try to kill Glenn.
Yeah, like when Nick.
What a dick.
Well, what do you expect? Glenn sees like Nicolas leaving the wall, like climbing over, which I'm questioning because didn't they say like you guys aren't leaving, you guys are gonna be watched? No, that didn't happen at all. Not once.
Well, I also thought, as soon as he started climbing over the wall, I was like, well, Glenn's gonna go follow him, and he's gonna try and kill him. Like that kind of spelled it out for me. Like, I knew exactly what was going on.
I didn't think, like, a full-on, like, shot, though, like, it just falls, and then disappears.
But for Glenn to not see that, like, it's kind of like, come on. Like, if we can see it...
Well, I think, like, he didn't expect Nicolas to do it. Like, he just thought, like, he was up to something, because... That's another thing I want to point out. Like, how did Nicolas know about the gun blender? Like, that's what he used on Glenn. Yeah. So I'm just like, when did he ever, like, spot them?
Or maybe he just was looking upon the, the wreckage and was like, oh, well, look, there's a gun in this blender. I don't know. Who knows? But he got it. I doubt they'll touch upon it again.
Yeah.
That's how he tries to kill Glenn. And then, just when you think Glenn's about to die because a bunch of walkers come and attack him, then he comes back and kicks the shit out of Nicolas.
Yeah.
And doesn't kill him because he's better than that. Exactly. And it's also showing us that, you think at a point in the season that they're all kind of like ruthless killers, them returning into the bad guys and everything like we've been saying. And now all of a sudden, they're showing mercy.
Yes.
And it's like no.
Because it shows that Alexandria is actually bringing out the better of them.
Exactly.
And what I found actually kind of great, too, is that, like, sure, we hate Nicolas and everything, but what I thought was awesome is, like, afterwards, like, Glenn didn't leave him or anything. Like, both him and Nicolas were walking together, because obviously they couldn't do it on themselves, so they were just looking out
helping
for
each other walking.
Exactly. I thought that was kind of cool, because, like, it was
whatever. I hope that guy, I hope they put him in whatever the hell jail they have there.
Yeah, but on the other note, too, I kind of want him to, like, grow a little bit more, too, because he obviously, like, learned from, like, the wrong ways and everything. Like, you gotta run, you gotta, like, look out for yourself and everything. And, he meets this group in which, like, they're all together. He lost all of his friends.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
of his ways.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like he's gonna maybe, like, not like join the group, but at least, like, kind of, like, grow into their...
And then they'll kill him in some episode. Just when you start to like him.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen to him next season.
And, the show's just developing a lot of characters, basically. Even more so than what they were. Like, Carol's been here since season 1. Carol, when she first came in...
was like a wallflower.
She was, and she was just this, like... She was basically just a mother who just, like, cared for her children and was just, like, any normal, soccer mom or whatever.
Yeah.
And now she's, like, Now she's just ruthless.
She's ruthless, manipulative. It's amazing how much her character
awesome.
grows. I thought she was going to die because Carol's getting too much screen time. Well,
she goes and she's kind of taking charge. She's doing what she needs to do. She threatens Pete with a knife.
Yeah.
And then when they're at the meeting, she's just acting like that, you know.
Oh, I guess we have to talk about the meeting. We didn't really delve upon it at all.
Well, we'll get into it. At the meeting, you see Carol, who's just like, you know, acting like a regular, normal, motherly woman.
Sunday mom. It's like, oh, this whole thing would be bygones by bygones.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shucks.
So she can definitely put the act on, and she's doing a really good job with it.
Great job.
And then we get the meeting. And
if you didn't know...
Well, because of stupid Father Gabriel's...
words?
Ignorance, or just him just being a dick, we get walkers in the town. And Rick is the one to spot that as he is going to
the meeting, which he was going there pretty late. But I guess he just wanted get some walking.
Which, by the way, when Rick gets to, how big is this town? Because Rick gets to the gate and it's daylight out. By the time he gets to the meeting, it's pitch black out.
Well, I think the sun was setting.
Alright, still 10 minutes doesn't get from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Well, maybe it's winter time or something, and how quick it becomes night that.
I understand you gotta do it for dramatic effect, but make it a little bit darker by the time he gets to the gate.
Yeah. But yeah, a couple walkers come in, maybe 5 or something. I don't know.
I think it's 3. 3 of them come in. Rick manages to kill them all. Carries one to the meeting. Throws it down.
It's this is what happens when you don't...
He's the gate was open, whatever. And then Deanna's I thought you were guarding it. And the guard's well, I wanted to go to the meeting. Or
And I let Gabriel lock the door. Yeah. Well, he didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Someone was even did you see him lock it? And so that kind of proves Rick's worth, aside from the fact that the whole group was talking out and standing up for him, and as was Jesse too. And then here comes drunk-ass Pete with
that's another thing. They know that Pete is a drinker. Why would they allow him to have more alcohol?
Yeah, I don't know why they just didn't lock up the beer from him.
But you know what? It basically shows that this is what happens when you don't treat a problem.
Yeah. So here he comes, and he comes in, and he's trying to threaten
Where did he get for a second, I thought it was Michonne's sword for a second.
That's what I thought too. It wasn't?
I'm not sure.
I think it was, because she puts it back up at the end of the episode.
Yeah, so it had to be hers.
So I don't know, maybe he just broke into her house. I doubt they locked the doors. Broke into the house and...
That's another thing. That's why I don't think it should be Michonne's sword, because their doors had to be locked. Rick's house?
Well,
Rick's house.
They weren't. Gets Michonne's sword, comes into the meeting, and then,
just starts, swinging all over wildly. Just saying, he's a bad man!
Then Deanna's husband tries to, restrain him, and...
Slices I liked him, too.
Everyone liked him. And you know what? It's the likable character that we met 4 episodes ago, and they...
Yeah, but he didn't have any screen time. He maybe had, a total of, half an hour?
And he's trying to do the right thing, and he knows what the right thing was. So that's also why you're kind of oh... Which, Norma Reedus comes out and says, you'll cry at the end of this episode. I didn't cry.
Yeah,
it was sad that he died. Did I really care about him? No, not really.
We didn't get that much attachment to him. We literally only had
4 episodes ago. What, 4 or 5 episodes ago, maybe?
That's not enough for a character development.
Yeah, come on. I don't know. I was expecting someone big to die. Mm-hmm. I was expecting a lot more from the episode. Well, then after that whole thing happens, then, Abraham takes down Pete, and then Deanna just crying over... her husband's dying body, looks at Rick and says...
Emperor Palpatine style.
Rick, do it.
Do it.
Rick shoots Pete in the head, executes him.
And right in front of him is...
And right as we see Morgan...
it's Rick, hey. And then Rick's face is hey.
Yeah, so...
Buddy.
So Morgan,
what's going on?
Appears to be all peaceful now, witnesses Rick execute some guys. So this is what's going to be going on in season 6 when it comes back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like the town now at least is together.
Mm-hmm.
That's one good thing. For a finale, I was expecting a lot it wasn't a bad episode. Didn't feel like a finale episode.
This literally felt like a mid-season finale. This felt like mid-season finale. This really did.
So I was expecting more. We do get a little more insight on the wolves. We know the wolves are probably going to be the main villain for season 6.
No, really?
Are they going to be the saviors like we said before?
Most likely.
Probably, but we don't know yet. I mean, they could just be a group that they just made up for the show, like as far as we know. But it does look like, because the saviors do use the walkers as weapons, so that kind of looks like it might be following in that footstep. So I thought the finale, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was fantastic. They could have done a lot more, especially with an hour and a half time frame. And, they killed off minor characters. Wasn't anything huge. But we got what we got. Whatever, it was all right. What did you think of the season?
As a whole, throughout all the episodes?
Yeah, season 5. What did you think of season 5?
Season 5, I thought, if we're giving letter grades, are we giving letter grades still?
Yeah, we'll do letter grades.
All right, I give it a solid B.
So I'm sticking with my average C+.
All right, that's fine.
C+, still good. Better than it has been in past episodes. And it can get better. It was a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a lot for next season. Also, Fear the Walking Dead is coming out this summer. So I'm not expecting so much from that.
So that's going to be it for us for a while. Check out our other reviews. We review all other comic book shows. We have Flash, we got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have Arrow, and then we will be reviewing Fear the Walking Dead coming this summer. I'm not really looking forward to it, but you know what? Maybe I'll be surprised. Yeah, so we'll see.
I'm more excited. So after next week, I think what's going to take Walking Dead's place, you think?
In a couple weeks, we get Game of Thrones, so Game of Thrones is coming back. And we'll be reviewing Game of Thrones also. We'll be trying to get that up Mondays as well, right after it airs. So stay tuned, watch our other reviews, like, favorite, subscribe.
And love Peter Dinklage.
And if you're just a deadhead, then we'll see you for Fear the Walking Dead.
Take care, folks.